How do you take a picture of lamps at night? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to try to do in this video. I've joined a 10,000 steps challenge in my workplace, and I thought, what a fantastic idea. I can come out to the Lincoln city centre, because I live quite close to the centre of the city, with my camera and just take pictures while I'm walking. It is February, so it is dark and at night after I finish work. But I do get this opportunity to come out every day and take some photos. And I did come out yesterday and I took some pictures of the lamps, the ornamental lamps, which you do see a lot of in Lincoln. And I posted them on Instagram and I got a really good reaction. And I thought, yeah, you might be interested to watch my process, taking pictures of these lamps and really to get an understanding of the settings I use and the process I go through. Lincoln has lots of ornamental lamps all around the city centre, especially the Cathedral quarter. But it also has these modern LED lamps, which never seem to be as bright and nowhere near as attractive. I really enjoy night photography, which is all about the light, the contrast between the darks and the light. Much like any photography, is all about light, really. But it's so striking with night photography, and that's what I like a lot about it. Towns and cities look so different in the dark, whereas during the day, many features in your image, you'll see them. But now at night, where it's dark, all those features you might have seen during the day are all gone. They're blacked out and they're not part of your image. And you can really focus on your subject, much like a street lamp, which is what I'm going to try to take today. I've come out to a narrow street called East Bight, which Lincoln has quite a few of these narrow little streets, but East Bight is quite historic because it runs along the path of the Roman fortifications. So it pretty much runs along the path of the edge of the Roman city from the north entrance to the east entrance. And the north entrance is quite sort of historic because it has Newport Arch. Newport Arch is the oldest arch in the whole of the United Kingdom that still has traffic running underneath it, and it was built, I don't know, 1,800 years ago, so it is quite an old piece of architecture. I've come out to East Bight because I know there's lots of ornamental lamps down this sort of narrow street, and this is where I came last night and took some pictures. And I'm going to use my Olympus EM1 Mark II with my 45mm lens, mainly because, as you may know if you've watched any of my videos, I've only really got two lenses, so I haven't got a lot of choice. But it's a good lens, and I think it'll be a good lens for this particular video. And I can be a bit further back. I've got lots of options to play with. I don't need to be right up close. I don't need to get a wide angle lens to get close to the lamps, and that's why I think this is a good option. So how am I going to take a picture of this lamp? Well, it's all about the light. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and spot meter on the light, because I don't want to blow the light out and meter for the whole scene. I just want to meter for the lamp itself, which is the brightest part of the image. And I want lots of contrast. I want the around the lamp to be really quite contrast, quite dark, so that our eyes focus on the lamp. That's what I'm aiming for. And you can do the opposite way. I could do a composite and take a really dark image of the lamp so that I don't blow out the highlights, and take a lighter image of the rest of the picture. I might do that, but I'm determined that I'm going to go and try and spot meter on the lamp and hopefully make that work. For this first image, I've spot metered on the lamp, and it's given me 4-second exposure on f8. I've gone for f8 because I want to make sure I get everything reasonably sharp. I've got the 2-second timer on base ISO, and I'm going to take this shot now. 4-second shot. So there's the image, and let's have a look at that on the back of the camera. And that looks all right. What I like about this image, it's got this leading line of this path, this nice curve that kind of leads you up to this lamp. And I think it looks quite nice. There's a little doorway there. What it really, really could do with is somebody being in the picture by the lamp or under the lamp. And I think that would help, or stood by that doorway perhaps. This road of East Bight was created in 1150, despite the fact that it has historic links with the Romans, being along the fortifications. And it's so called East Bight because east being in the east of the city, and Bight I think there's an Anglo-Saxon word that meant curve or bend in the road. So that hence why it's called East Bight, because this is in a bend around the sort of path of the Roman city. This one's quite a nice image, especially because we've got the line of the path and the double yellow lines. I've got the lamp on the left third, and we've got this building behind. So despite the fact that I am measuring spot metering for the light, and it does give me a very different shutter speed, I'm definitely going to composite this, because I really want to show the building behind, a nice sort of angled roof, and also obviously get the light in, keep the light. But I'll try both and I'll see which one comes out best, and I'll share both of them with you now. So here's the first one, all ready to go, and I'm going to keep the camera exactly where it is, and I'm going to take 2 pictures essentially. So that was the first one, and that was a 5-second exposure. And now I'm going to keep the same aperture and increase the shutter time to give me more light, and hopefully bring out the rest of the image. Here's the picture on the back. So as you can see, it's very, very dark all around that light, but the light is almost okay. So this one looks like a nice, interesting shot, because I've got the lamp at the bottom, on the bottom third, right on, pretty much on the corner, and I've got the main tower of the cathedral on the right-hand third. So I think they kind of balance each other out nicely. The walls looks good there. I think this is a really nice shot. I've got 6 seconds f8 again, because I want to make sure everything is sharp. F8, of course, is f16 on a full frame camera, so it's probably more than a need in truth, but I'm going to go with this anyway. I'm going to go for this one. As I said, I've got spot meter, really want to put that on a third, so I'm going to just make sure I'm focusing on the lamp, spot meter all up. So here we go. 12-second timer this is, because I left it on 12, which is a bit foolish of me, but there you go. I'm going to flick that back to the 2-second timer, because 12 seconds is much too long. There you go. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to composite this picture, because there's enough light on the cathedral, there's enough light on the lamp. I think it's all right, and there's light all along this wall. I think that's going to be all right. Let's have a look at that and see what that looks like. My plan is I'm going to turn these images black and white. It's quite an orange cast. It's quite a, I don't know, call it tungsten or whatever the bulbs are. They're really orange. I know I've got, on auto white balance, but I'm shooting in RAW, so I could really bring down the orange glow. But the orange glow is nice, actually. It kind of makes the picture. But despite that, I'm still going to turn it black and white, because I think black and white looks good. It brings the contrast out, and I'm not having to deal with all this sort of bright orangeness, and I think that's going to make the picture. I really like this image, because this one has got this lamp on this left-hand side, and it's got this building behind it, the leading line of the road going up. It's got the wall beside it on this side that gives the whole thing, and I think it gives it all a nice structure. The wall, everything, it looks great. That White House at the top will be dark, because I'm metering on the light, so everything else will be dark. So I've got a 4-second exposure. I'm focusing on the lamp, and this should be a nice picture. So let's give this a try. 4-second exposure, and what I think I might do again, I'm not sure if I'll use it, but I'll also do a composite of this one as well. And let's have a look at there's the image on the back. I think that looks quite good as it is. This side's all a bit dark though, so that might help. So that building at the white building at the top, that's dark, so I can darken that off a bit actually, and just focus your eye on this bit. So I'm going to do both. I'll leave this one on, and I'll do a composite. I'll do a slightly longer shutter speed. We'll have a look at both of those. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the photos and the process I've used to take the photos using my 45mm lens and my Olympus camera. If you have liked it, and if you do like this video, why not give it a like? That would be really, really nice of you if you did. And if you're enjoying this content I'm creating, the photography using my Olympus camera or any of my cameras, then why not join along, subscribe to the channel, and that would be fantastic too. Once again, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.